Greetings, family. Welcome to my Digital Empire. This is Weda Takida and Key. Thank you so much for being here. I just wanted to share something with you, something that's valuable. Maybe it's going to change your life if you listen to me carefully because it's streamed from my consciousness. This morning I woke up to a strange feeling. I would call it the joy of being. It's just a sort of bliss and knowing a deep knowing that I can trust the universe. I can trust the universe to support me. Honestly speaking, a lot of people that I spoke to, a lot of light workers or like great minds, influential people, they don't like it how it is in the world. We don't like it how it is in the world because there is something that's fundamentally wrong with how the system is working. There is something that's fundamentally wrong with capitalism. There is something that's fundamentally wrong with communism. There is something wrong with the world. It's painful to know that 80% of the people in Africa do not have their basic needs met. It's painful to know some kids live in the street, right? So there is that sense of guilt that we carry around, all of us, all of the light workers, all of the people in the world that have a sense of humanity, they have a sense of guilt that accompanies it because we just think we're a part of that problem. We collectively think that there's something wrong with us. We are creating the problem, we are the part of the problem, so we have to be punished for it, right? So I was wondering, after all this work that I have done, and I'm allowing for abundance to come my way, but I knew that there was something was blocking me, so I was working on that blockage. The universe has been helping me to to know what it is, especially in the dream world. So what I found out is I didn't want to grow. I didn't want to feel abandoned because I feel guilt in the world where I know a lot of people aren't eating well. I see people, I used to see kids in the street all the time when I was living in the capital city of Ethiopia. I would be in the main street, and before I know, it's just 10, 15 children, like 5 years old, like 10 years old children, like teenagers lining up in the street and begging for food and for clothing. So, I saw that, and I grew up in a very poor condition of living, and I know how it feels to not have support, to not feel enough. So all of these things were blocking me from experiencing full abundance because I I was identified with my community. I was identified with my continent. And I just wanted to suffer with them for some reason. I thought I was helping by suffering with them. So I know for a lot of us, we have that hope that someday some divine being will come along in our way and will save us. Someone, some way will come and will save us. That's actually what I understood on my trip on shrooms. It's just I was hoping all this time, all this time, even when I was tripping, like I was waiting for just someone, some way, an angel, a forgotten friend, an old friend, or just a family member to come and to save me, to tell me that everything is okay, to tell me that, it's not what it seems. But I woke up and I realized that I saved me. I am the only person who can potentially save me. You save you. There is no one, there is nothing that's coming to save you, my friend. I know for a lot of us that hope has been in our subconscious. It still is for some of you, but I want you to know that you save you. There is no one, there is nothing coming to save you from your date. There is no one and there is nothing coming to save you from your heartbreak. There is no one and there is nothing to save you from your resentment and anger. You save you. And you can trust the universe to support you. I woke up to this joy of being, joy of life, the ability to finally trust the universe 100%, to trust that I am supported because I'm trying my best. All it takes is self-understanding. All it takes is compassion and love. I know it's painful still for me to see suffering in this world. I know how many people are creating illness for themselves by worrying and stressing so much about their school fee or their medical expenses. I know how our stress in the mind is creating illness in the body, and we're losing people on a daily basis. People are dying young because we created a whole world that we can't afford. What is this world? Why did we build these extravagant houses? Why did we care to come up all of these standards and requirements? Why did we need to impose these expectations upon ourselves? Life could have been a lot easier, guys. Life could have been a lot easier. Our diet could have been a lot easier if it wasn't for addictive food. Addictive food and, like the need to eat 3 times a day. We don't need that much. We don't need that much. We don't need that much food. And now, like, it's not only that, the class difference, what we want to wear, and the brands that we came up with, the names that we care about, that we want to identify with, this class difference, it all goes down to human greed. It's the mind, guys. It's the mind. It's the human greed. How can I not feel supported living in this world, being a good human? But we numb ourselves to not see our goodness, to not see our divinity, and we place money, we value money above everything else. And that's creating a whole lot of suffering. We want to have class difference. We want to be superior than others. So we end up creating this mess. There are people living in the street. There are people dying because they couldn't afford their medical expense. And yet there are other people owning 10 mansion, like God knows what else, owning a city. And I can understand it's the choice that we made collectively. It's the choice that the human mind, the collective consciousness had chosen. But we can only save ourselves still. We can't expect this to change anytime soon. We can't expect for the system, for capitalism to end, for power game to end. We can't expect it to give us solution. We can't expect to be saved when these things change. We have to know that we save ourselves anytime we choose to save ourselves. Just say it as a mantra. I saved myself. I saved myself. I was crying, like it's tear of joy, but still I was crying because I know that I can understand finally that I saved myself, despite the guilt that I felt because of the people who are suffering. And I don't want to stay away from them. I just want to suffer with them because that's one way of helping them, I thought. But this morning I realized it's when I save me that I will be able to help them to save themselves too. You save yourself when you trust the universe. The universe can be trusted. It's benevolent. It's very benevolent. It wants to support you. It wants to be there for you. The universe wants to be there for you. All you have to do is to just be on your path and walk down that path with so much trust and confidence in your heart. It would never let you down. You can only save you. The sooner you know, the better. Much divine love and compassion from my heart to yours. Rastafari.